I want to share something today that's been on my mind lately, and I'd love to get your perspective on this. It's something actually I have probably thought about for a good 10 years now, probably a good 10 years. So many years ago, I was a CPA in corporate, right? And I was successful doing that. And I created that career for all the reasons that most people create their careers, right? It's like how we were raised, what we're supposed to do. This is the path to success, right? And so I did all these things, right? And I continued to rise the corporate ladder, so to speak, until I started to really, really wake up. And from that moment on, and this was many, many years ago, I've been on this journey, ooh, 20-ish years. I started to wake up in 2005, the first inklings of it. The more I woke up, the harder it was for me to move ahead. It was because things didn't line up for me anymore. And the more things didn't line up, so the more lies I saw, the more manipulation I saw, the more distortion I saw, the more I couldn't participate in it. And I'm I don't mind saying I'm very smart. I have no problem saying that. I'm a fast worker. My brain can work in a million different directions at once. I am very competent in anything that I choose to do because I'm a hard worker too. I love to learn. And so in my career as a CPA, I could see things, I could find things, I could do things just because I don't know why. I mean, I just think I'm smart. And so I could have moved up. I could have moved up further, but there was always something stopping me because it was like the further I move up, the further I am agreeing to this, the further I'm agreeing to any distortion that there is within the system. And so I accepted at a certain point that this was as far as I wanted to go. And it was a conscious decision. I actually said to myself, like, I can't go further. I cannot be that person that's lying and manipulating people to get a result. And I also realized somewhere in there that I was not meant to stay in the corporate system. I was meant to leave. And I knew actually 1998, I knew even back then that I was never meant to stay in the corporate system forever. But I didn't know what I was supposed to do. I knew there was a deeper calling within me. And something I started to acknowledge was that there are some of us that were never really meant to get as far as we could, as far as we were capable of. Because I was capable of going right to the top. I have no question in my mind. I just didn't want it, which was very odd for me because I'm definitely a high performer. I am a high achiever. Like, that is so me. I'm A-type personality in many ways, right? But it was a conscious choice. And I believe there are a lot of us who could have achieved more, who could have gotten further, but didn't want to play the game. They didn't want to go along, manipulate, because, the higher you get in a lot of these systems, you do have to lie. And I was not willing to compromise my integrity. Whenever I had staff, I was always 100% honest with them, even if they didn't like the answer, even if it wasn't the narrative that was being sold to me. I always filtered it through my integrity and then spoke the truth, right? And I always felt like there was a part of me that believed that if I had gone to the top, if I had kept going, if I ignored my intuition, if I ignored who I really am and how I really saw things, because I've seen things differently since I was a kid. Like, when I was a kid, I remember thinking to myself, I don't get this. So we go to a place where we work, we struggle, we do all these things, we sacrifice. in all of our life, like in all different areas of our life. And somehow it's supposed to be worth it. I never understood this. Like I didn't understand it. And what I've wondered, and I'd love to hear your opinion, and I mean, I believe this is true, but if those of us who have the capabilities had gone to the top, we wouldn't be here right now questioning, looking for different ways to be successful. I believe that. And I've been really contemplating this lately, that if I had made it all the way to the top, it would be really hard to leave. It would be really hard to find a new way. Because if we're successful in a distorted system, there's no incentive to leave that distortion. Now, success as defined by the old paradigm, of course, right? But I've really been sitting with this lately. And the reason why I'm sitting with this right now is because I have been working on creating success in the new paradigm, right? This is my life's mission, and I take it very seriously. I have put, this is my life. But I think we're at a point now where those of us who have chosen this different path, it's like we need to almost throw away the past, meaning we were never meant to be successful in the old system. You may have achieved some success, like I did, right? Absolutely. But not the full potential, right? Like not the leader, not the person that you know you can be. We almost have to throw that away now, because I don't believe we were ever meant to be successful in that. So it's almost like we have to just disregard it. So if you're having doubts right now, and the reason why I say this, if you're been in this for a while, because a lot of us have been in this for a while, right? And you're having doubts. Oh my God, it's been this long, or, I've been trying this for so long, and you're stacking up all the years, right? Was there a point, if you can look back now, where you decided to not go along with the old system? And you see, once we do that, our success was always capped in the old system. It was capped because we made a decision. We weren't going to rise any higher. But now we have to, like I said, throw that away and don't drag that old future. We have to choose now the new way of doing things and commit to it wholeheartedly. See, what I see is many of us, and this has been me in prior years as well, not me now, where I'm somewhere in between. Like I'm not in the old system, not really in the new system yet. I'm just like somewhere in this in-between land. We have to fully commit to the new system, the new paradigm, the new way of doing things, and not drag our past with us. I don't have proof of this. I have no proof of this, okay? I don't believe that if we were uber successful in the old system, that we are now meant to be the trailblazers in the new system. This is what I believe. And so what I'm saying is we have to let this go. We have to let all the past go. Any failures you may have had, anything where things didn't work out, we have to let go. And I'm actually going to share something I didn't think I was going to share at all today, but I was in meditation, and I go in meditation and I channel. Sometimes things comes through, sometimes nothing comes through, and I'm just sitting there. But I was talking to Spirit about this, and I said, I've been working on things for a long time. I feel like I should be farther ahead than I am, right? And I think that's also just my personality, because I'm a very high achiever, right? And what Spirit said to me was, you're not waiting for success now. You can't look at it like you used to. It is literally like you're starting afresh. You literally have to start doing that, like fully in your power now. you have to start fresh. You were never going to be successful in the old way. Because you didn't resonate with that old way. Your consciousness was too high. You were never, ever going to be successful in that. Not the way other people have, less qualified than you, who work less than you. And, it shook me for a few days. I'm going to be honest. I kind of sat there, and for the hour afterwards, I was just kind of like dumbfounded. I was just like, this is really interesting. Because what Spirit was basically saying is, if you failed in the old system, like, that's actually a good thing, but you cannot carry that with you anymore. And so I want you to sit with that. And I hope I'm explaining it okay. Like I said, I had no idea I was going to be saying this on today's video. I was going to talk about alignment today, but that didn't want to come out. This is what wanted to come out. And obviously somebody needs to hear this, because this is what's coming through so strongly now. It's like those of us that have chosen to awaken first and to be the trailblazers first, we cannot look at the past. We really have to now disregard it, because we were never meant to be successful, not to the level we were capable of. And I want to be clear there. We just never were meant to be. So what does that provide for you now? Like, to me, that now is a liberation. That's like, it doesn't matter about the past. It doesn't matter how far you've gone. This is the new paradigm. And there are those of us that were coded to go first, that are coded to actually create success here beyond whatever you were ever able to create in the old paradigm, no matter how old you are, no matter what profession you are in, no matter what you've been doing in any aspect of your life. I don't just mean careers, but a lot of it is. It's relationships. It's just joy of life. This is the new paradigm. And it's like we have to completely break up with the old one. Like, that's not even part of our existence. We just have to almost like forget it and not carry those old wounds and all those failures. Because if you've been waking up, you've got a list of failures, right? Because we are the transition group. We are those people. We are going to have a lot of mistakes. We are going to be the ones that screw up. If I could go through my whole life, my life has been trial and error. I've been waking up for 20 years. My life has been one trial and error after another. And if you know anything about human design, if you do, I'm a 6-2. And a line 6, what it means in human design is you're actually the wisdom keeper. You're the one that goes and teaches. But that means that you have to go through a lot in your life. You have to go through a lot of trial and error. Like, that's what I teach. And like the stuff I teach, yes, it's founded in theory, but I read, I learn, and I throw myself into things. And sometimes things exploded. Sometimes things went wrong, but that's how I learned, right? And that's how a lot of us in this new paradigm, the forerunners, the trailblazers, the one who are creating lives that don't make sense on paper, that don't make sense to people that are not as awake, we have to throw away all that stuff that happened to us, right? Not the experience, but the memory, right, of, say, the failures, because you were never meant to create success in that old paradigm. None of us were, not to our potential. And that's so important. I want to keep mentioning that, because you may have reached, like I did. I don't want to actually like discredit that either, right? But that is nowhere near the level of success, joy, fulfillment, abundance, wealth that is available to us now if we all fully, and I mean fully commit, lean hard in, both feet in. This is not a toe in and out. This is not it. Like, I'm all in this. This is all of me. Like, there's a former version of me that would go, Andrea, you'd be insane to post this video. people will think you're nuts. That voice is like, I still see the voice. I don't listen to it anymore. It's not even valid anymore. But that was my voice years ago, right? I was doing this work 20 years ago. I was talking about alignment and energy 20 years ago. I wasn't using the word alignment, but I was doing it. We now have to actually recognize that this isn't just an idea. This isn't just some concept. This is a lived 3D reality that we are in, where we can create in this new way, but we have to be fully in. And we have to recognize that whatever did and didn't happen in the old paradigm, don't carry it with you. It's not relevant. It is simply not relevant. So much that was created in the old paradigm was created in distortion, right? It was manipulation. It was lies. It was all those things that I don't want to focus on them. But when you raise your consciousness, it just gets harder to play in those fields, right? It gets hard to play in those systems because we were never meant to. We are over here now creating the way we want to create and to have success beyond, so far beyond what we did in the old paradigm. So I had no idea any of this was coming out today. But I love it when that happens because that just means that it was meant to come out. I would love to share your comments. I'd love for you to share your comments. Tell me what's landing for you. Tell me how you're feeling right now. And do you feel this, I'm going to say this energy, because there is an energy that's coming in now that's very much, it's time to acknowledge, it's time for you to claim this new reality. And it's completely independent of how much success you've ever created before. This is where we're at right now. Put your stake in the sand, make the decision, make the claim, and go full in. All right, beautiful soul. Take care, and I will see you in the next video.